Hey, Ricky here. Welcome back to another episode of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, adventures. But last time we completed the episode 4 and managed to clear Mr. Natsume's innocence. And in this episode, you might be wondering, why am I not starting up? Why am I not continuing on with the game and starting up episode 5 in general? The reason for that is because I want to take a quick break for that, because there are some things that happen in between each episodes, which I like to do at the end of each case. The only reason why I haven't done it in past episodes after each case or each episode is mostly because they take place after Natsume's of the episode of 4. So like last time, usually I usually post like the one with after I finished the first episode of the first case of the game. I ended up using the first Escapades or whatever it's called, and have it be at the end of that. But since these normally happen after Mr. Natsume's case, I thought, why not make it its own episode rather than have it all? And plus, it's a lot of them, and not only that, it's new to me. The first two are completely blind. I mean, for the first two, I already knew it, and I just put it in. But these are actually completely blind to me, so it'll be a really cool trip. So I ended up saying, why don't we just take a break from the main story and just continue on, have it be an intermission, and just continue on with these. So I don't know how long they're gonna be, depending how it is, and I have a feeling like the last two I'll probably save it for another time, but or maybe the last one will be on some other. We'll put that on a hold, but. For now, we're just gonna continue on and see how we continue start on episode 3 and then continue on until maybe around here, depending how long it is. So I can't talk apparently, and it looks sounding like I'm just going to rewind instead. But anyways, so let's start off with episode 3 called the British Supreme Court, and of course it does tell you about spoilers, but I really wish that it told you the spoilers of which case, of which episode, like where does it take place. But oh well, I know I should have done research on that, but oh well. But we're gonna start off with episode 3, the British Supreme Court, and see how that is. It's completely blind actually, and it's new to me, so I can't wait to see what the interaction is in here. But usually it's funny, it really is. 26th of February, 9:17 a.m. The British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice Office. Here we are again! Every time we visit here, the atmosphere in this place seems to get more and more overbearing. What do you mean by that? It looks the same to me. Well, probably because of Laura Strongheart, I guess. It could be that. Like, oh my god, he might be here now that we know it's him. Just think, we could be at home with Mr. Sholmes and Iris having a nice, cozy breakfast. But we have to have a duty to report. But we have a duty to report the outcome of the case, especially since there were guests here in Britain. So I'm afraid this visit couldn't have been avoided. I suppose not, but is there even anyone here? You could hear a pin drop in this place. It's too solemn for its own good. I mean, I don't think you could because the clock is too loud, I guess, but maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe they can still hear it. It's a very quiet. It is very quiet, isn't it? No, it's not. You can just hear the clocks and the gears moving. It's not quiet in here. The only sound is that the ticking of the great clock as it keeps perfect time. Except, well, then it's not really quiet. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Bitter, batter, bitter, batter, bitter, batter. I swear, I hate TikTok right now. I really do. If you want to know why, I'll probably explain it later on a different series. I don't know. But what was that, I wonder? The usual comforting sound of the clock seems to have been joined by a less comforting shuffling sound today. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock is racist. I'm just kidding. What the fuck? You're right. Something's disturbing the rhythmical ticking. It sounds rather like an unfit middle-aged man running from pillar to post clumsily. Who are you calling unfit? I should lay off of the fish and chips now. Oh, Inspector Gregson! What are you doing here? What am I? So tired. Isn't it flaming obvious? I'm working out. No, it's not. Oh. 58 seconds remaining, Inspector. Ah! We'll have to talk later, sunshine. And there he goes. Thank God, because otherwise I can't handle his voice. I have to get water. Oh, good morning, Lonely Strongheart. Wow, he's really looking fiercely at his pocket watch today. I am here. Good morning to you. Business so early in the day. Yes, I mean, it's about the other day, Mrs. Hato, help me, please. We are to deliver our report, Lord Strongheart, as our dealings with Mr. Natsumi are now over. I mean, I think we still deal with him, but, not legally anymore, I guess. Oh, yes, the little Japanese man. I've already cast my eyes over Von Zieg's report. Bitter, 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 bitter. I must say the outcome surprised me, and I thank you for the job as well. Well done, I mean, sorry. You're too kind, Lord Strongheart. It is not here, it's not there, and it's not over there either. What is he doing? I'm sorry if I make noise right now. It's because of the microphone I'm moving it. Oh, I hope you don't mind me asking, but what exactly is the inspector doing? He's been hurrying around between the bookshelves, looking beside himself with worry. He's looking for a particular book, The Lion's Pride. Now there's an all too familiar title. I heard it was good. Sorry, I heard it was a popular tale, so I obtained a copy from the rental library. Wait, are you saying you never had the book? I'm pretty certain all these books are over here. Oh, actually, never mind. All these books are probably legal matters and stuff like that. Never mind. I thought all these books were like, I don't know, personal storytelling or something like that. But never. However, it wasn't able to maintain my interest, so I soon cast it aside. I happened to notice a vacant spot on one of my shelves at the time, so I only stowed the book there. Unfortunately, I no longer remember where that was. And you're making Gregson to go find it, rather than you go find it yourself. Ah, the hierarchy, I swear. Making the poor man work for your mistakes, for the rich man mistakes. Nope, not there, and not here either. Come on, where are you lying, Titan? The book is due back today, so I asked Gregson to locate it for me with his investigative prowess. Okay, if we really think about it, let's stick our heads together. How many books are there in this library? We could just go in one column. Like 8. Nope. Okay. Next column. Nope. Okay. It kind of seems like he's just going back and forth. Like what? Well, how much you want to bet that he actually has it on his desk instead? The book is due today. Oh, I already read that. Never mind. Inside 5 minutes. Oh. It looks like he is. Not just because he's high and mighty, he still makes mistakes. I must say, I've never seen anyone working so hard to find something. He's like a man possessed. He's like a man possessed. Oh yes. That's because this month's salary is at its staked upon the outcome. At whose instigation? Let me guess. The stony-faced lord? And the 5-minute time limit. What's the significance of that? There is none. Just my vulgar, mischievous spirit showing itself, I'm afraid. Are you serious? Are you fucking serious that you only say there's 5 minutes just to see him run around because you're just like a little kid that's like, hee, I want him to work for it. Bitch, go find the book yourself. Oh, by your own admission. I can't. My feet. Are killing me! 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Time's up, Inspector. And you'd rather dock his pay from not finding the book that you lost. Ah! Which means the next month you will work unpaid and have no days off. What? What bullshit is it? No days off? Bro, I feel bad for Inspector Gregson. He has to work without pay? There really are so many books here. It's overwhelming.
Or some, perhaps. I've purchased every book, new or old, on the subject of law from all over the globe. Wouldn't ever believe it a few short decades ago. A place like this couldn't have existed.
Really? Why is that? What do you mean, Inspector?
When I was a lad, no one ever dreamed of buying books.
Oh, I see. Western books are such a luxury items, I suppose. But with their leather covers and fancy bindings. But I don't think it's because of that. I just think no one's gonna want to buy a book because it's a book. People rather play or do other things rather than just sit there and read like I'm doing right now.
No, that's not it.
Honestly, I should get a book, but I don't know. What kind of book would get my interest? Oh.
There was a tax on paper, see.
Oh, okay. On paper. Is this true?
Yeah, I mean, it was abolished for 30 years back now, but it used to be the case. There was a tax levied on any kind of paper. So obviously, that meant most folks couldn't afford to buy any books at all.
Well, it's a good thing to put tax on paper, honestly, because deforestation's a thing, so might as well. Ah, so is that why places like the rental library you mentioned before came into existence last Strongheart? Which is why I'm glad about technology, because it's all digital now. You don't really need to rely on paper. But thank God, because otherwise, imagine how much paper you need to people have wasted just for colleges. Jesus Christ.
Indeed. Indeed. Usages of a paper tax system. You could say the general public consider books as items for hire. London is home to a vast lending library of some 3 or half a million books.
Well, then, okay, now going back to the digital thing. I do like it, but at the same time, really not, because I prefer having a book copy rather than a digital one. Because I don't like carrying, like, you could have a digital copy, but which is almost, like, on a device that you purchase in. So, yeah. You couldn't hope to read all of that even if you were reincarnated 10,000 times. I don't know, Sasato, so I think you could do it in one day.
Even I would choose a book to rent a book rather than purchase it if I knew I would read it infrequently.
Huh. So the subject of tax has actually surprised us already in the last few days. It came up with Mr. Natsume's trial. It seems that the window in his room was filled in due to some kind of window tax, which I did find out, guys. I forgot to edit this, but I did find out that this is true. Like, back then, they did have window taxes, so I just assumed the paper tax is a true thing that happened in London.
That would be true. Originally, the window tax was abolished here some 40 years ago. Sadly, in the East, and in particular, many windowless houses remain.
Well, yeah, because it costs so much to actually get the windows replaced.
British always had a bit of a thing for tax and stuff.
I noticed. Wasn't there a tea tax too? If memory serves?
Whatever they have getting tax, they tax sugar, salt, tea, coffee, you name it, candles, beards.
Beards? Wait, sorry? What was the last one? Did you say beards? Is this true? I think it is, honestly, because some things are true from the game, that they take the game from the real world.
Yep, the beard tax. Never heard of it.
Never? Why should people have to pay money just because they let their facial hair grow?
You may well ask. I suppose it's because it makes them look self-important.
The Naruhodos will have a strict family policy of no facial hair, I think. What do you mean?
You can relax. The beard tax was confined to the annals?
I don't want to say annals, but I'm going to say annals
of history long ago.
Like, annals of history, look at that. Like, even so, it's clearly something the British really love. Paying taxes, I mean.
Pay 'em? You got that back to front, sunshine.
But you can't deny you've had a lot of funny taxes over the years. You never find anything like that in Japan. Would you, Mrs. Sato? She's like, In actual fact, I'm afraid to say that you would, Mr. Naruto.
Wait, what kind? What? No, you don't mean.
Surely there's never been a window tax in Japan. No, but there have been similarly obscure taxes. For example, in the Edo period, there was a frontage.
Wait, what does that mean?
What was that? It was a tax not on windows, but on the entrance to properties. Oh,
Bitch, they still do that. I'm surprised there's some fucking Japanese house where they just like, it's a gate and you just open. You could just, it's open. Like, it's a fence. You can just still go through. It's unlocked. And some people have their houses unlocked too. It's like open. And not only that, in establishments too. They don't even have a door. I'm like, what?
The larger a property's entrance was a greater tax that was levied on it.
By the way, I haven't been to Japan, but I know for a fact there have been, I've heard stories where people just are able to come into establishments because they don't have a fucking door. Even if it's like closing hours, they're like, no, you have to go, get out. Like, have a man stand outside, like, leave, like, get out. Or am I thinking of another place? I don't know.
Even today, the mansion survived with an extremely narrow entrance due to the old form of taxation.
Okay, I am not speaking shit. Okay, I heard about this. I had no idea. So you Japanese are as twisted as us Brits.
Well, no, here's the thing. I don't think I think that's a tax that's like stupid, but unlike yours, you put taxes on facial hair?
Like, oh no, you cannot have that. $5 more. Like, give me $5 and then I won't report you. File it in your tax. What the fuck?
But we never had a beard tax. I mean, that's really going a step too far. Well, no, but that's true, but I'm not aware of any taxes for beards, at least.
What do you mean, at least?
Well, rather than tax them, the shogunate did once prohibit them outright.
The ruling class prohibited beards? Really?
Actually, I kind of see that, honestly, because if you have a beard, sometimes people can't recognize you with a beard. So they have to cut you, like, shave it, regardless. But unlike here, on Britain, they're like, oh, you have a beard? Give me $10, or give me $100, or something like that. It's like, so they can have them off their asses. Like, seriously. At least you're not getting, at least right here you get banned. I don't know. I prefer it being, it was called the Great Beard Prohibition. It was an Edo period edict. If you tell me, I don't know anything about history, but if you were to tell me that this existed back then, I would believe you. Because I would assume, like, the most outlandish things has happened back then in the past. Like, even right now. Right now, the most outlandish things are happening here at this time in 2025. Like, tariffs? For what? What? It makes no sense. Okay. But why did the powers that be want to ban beards?
Because it makes people look self-important. Just an idea.
It would seem that the rulers of the East and the West have had a very similar ideas over the years.
What about in America, honestly? Was there ever a weird tax over here? I would actually kind of want to know about that.
There have been other unusual taxes in our history, even in our current Meiji period. Meiji? Oh, Meiji period. Okay. So that's how people get their what timeline, like what dates there are in this game. Huh. There have? For example, though it was before either of us were born, there was a rabbit tax.
Oh, there was a tax on adorable fluffy creatures? Like the one who makes mochi stuff, sweets, and on the moon?
Yes, and it was an extremely large tax too. The government demanded extraordinary sums of money.
Well, I don't really think Japan would have any weird animals like that, like a rabbit. Unlike here, because people like rabbits or bunnies over here.
What's the difference between a rabbit or a bunny? Like, let's say this. If there was a tax of rabbits, can you like work around it and be like, this is not a rabbit, this is a bunny, completely different species, like that? This just gets stranger and stranger. What was the reason for the bizarre tax then? Well, after Japan opened its doors to the world, there was an unprecedented rabbit boom in the Meiji period. Meiji? Meiji? I don't know. Meiji, maybe. A boom? Yes, keeping rabbits became hugely popular and the new species were traded at exorbitant prices, which that's the taxes right there. People were even swindled out of all their money for the exotically colored rabbits. Like colored chicks? By the way, we were talking about looking for a bug, and now we're talking about taxes? What the fuck? I suppose. How do you imagine though rabbits are so timid and quiet? Wouldn't have thought one could bankrupt you. Imagine. What about Lord Strongheart? Wait, where did he go? He's no longer part of the conversation, I guess. So in response to the worrying social vogue, the government imposed a rabbit tax. I suppose they couldn't just ignore the problem. And it worked, because the rabbit boom came to an abrupt end. 6 years later, the tax was abolished. Well, I hate to say it, but about my own country, but Japan is strange. But there's more. About the rabbit tax was abolished then, of course. Okay. Society reacted by launching straight into a second rabbit boom. Oh dear. The government didn't really think that one through, did they? Overpopulation, I guess.
Your ideas about the world are very much altered by the position you hold in society. If you are responsible for the running of the country, you will feel the need to raise revenue keenly.
I swear, if that ever happened in this world, I'm moving. And like in this country, I'm moving. I am straight up moving.
Without a stable taxation system, the whole country could go down to the drain.
Well, yes, I suppose so, but some of these taxes, like, oh no, we have to have the beer tax, otherwise the Great Britain will crumble. No, wait, no, that's a fucking straight up lie.
That's precisely why ministers of the state use their wiles to invent new and novel ways of taxing the public.
And that's what is happening here in this world too, and back in America. Instead of taxing, they're stealing our fucking social security revenue instead. Novel ways. I don't call it novel, more like stealing, but yeah.
Tell me, Mr. Naruto.
Sorry for being political, but I'm not really. Is it really political if it's really happening and also affecting other people's lives? So, I mean,
if you were one of my country's statesmen,
statesman? Me? A British statesman? Ooh, are we gonna be a statesman? Holy shit.
yes, what novel tax would you impose? Pray, give us something truly original. Inside 5 seconds. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Think of something that everyone uses, Mr. Naruto, like, and really squeeze every penny out of the population. I would say toothpaste. That's quite the intense stare. I'm very glad Sasata-san isn't in charge. Yeah, exactly.
Go. Time's up. Your time is up. So, what's your answer?
Well, what are you gonna say here, Natsuki? I would say toothpaste. Air, maybe? Yes, how about it? Air!
An air task, sir.
Oh, well done, Mr. Naruto. A truly novel and fiendish idea. If they breathe, we tax them. That's a good fucking idea. Tax them with air. Well, everyone has to breathe, so while the population is inhaling, my government is inhaling money.
I me. You're timing that, honey. A somewhat radical solution to the country's revenue problems, but sadly, not an original one.
Wait, what? No, you mean to say? Surely not. You mean a tax on air has been imposed in the past?
It was last century. The finance minister of the royal neighbor, France, proposed it.
Really? Fuck Fuck you, France! Like, taxing the citizens with air. Like, hey, mon ami! We're losing money! What do we do? I have an idea! We tax them for the air! We'll be a bank! You. What? If I ever go for a visit, I'm holding my breath. You're gonna be holding your breath for a long time, I swear.
Unsurprisingly, it was strongly opposed by the public and soon scrapped. The minister didn't last long either.
Oh dear. Although clearly that would have been an unattainable situation. I mean, I think today, in today's world, we could tax people with air. Not saying like, oh, every breath you take, every inhale that you get, you're getting fined. I don't mean that. I mean an air tax, as in air conditioning, which is bad for our for our pollution, by the way. I think. I don't know. But yeah, air conditioning, that could be taxed, if not charged more for anyone who has an apartment and with air conditioning. I'm just saying. But by the way, I hope they don't do this. I hope they don't do this. Internet, don't you dare give the fucking government the idea that they can tax air. The public at large are a force to be reckoned with.
Don't I know it?
It's like, I work for it. I arrest people, I know. How about you, Inspector? What new tax would you impose?
Ah, the fish and chips.
Let me see. My first thought is an objects on objections. Sorry?
Been hearing far too many of them recently in court. There's a particular lawyer I have in mind as it happens.
Oh, why would you do that to Prosecutor Barrick Van Zeeks? That's so mean. Why?
So I think an objection tax could be very handy.
Good to see you don't allow your personal feuds to influence your work in public office.
Let's see. I reckon 5 pence of every objection raised would be what's right.
Imagine a 5 pence every time you're like,
it's like 5 pence right there. Or you did it 4 times, or 2, who knows. So 10 pence,
I reckon.
A most amusing proposal, Gregson. I'll bring you up to the Queen next time I see her.
And a most unamusing proposal, my lord. Wow, what a whole story. You're talking about taxes.
Well then, I think it's your turn now.
Sorry? My turn for what?
For a beating, no, I was kidding. Why, what else? To locate my missing copy of The Lion's Pride.
Oh.
It's one of the shelves in this room. Of that I am certain. Now, I shall give you 10 minutes.
Okay. What's in it for me? I don't get paid. You don't pay me.
And let's take your student stipend on it, Fail to find the book, and you forfeit next month's payment.
No, what the fuck? I won't do that. I don't think you can do that to us, honestly. Wait, are you in charge with our stipends? I don't think you are. What? You don't take our money? Objection?
5 pence. Your time starts now. Oh, and one more thing. I believe you just said the word objection. Kindly leave your 5 pence over there before you begin combing the shelves. This tax is going to be the death of me.
Like, it's like, you said objection! 5 pence! Leave it right there. Now go find my book! And I hope he found it. I really do hope I found it. Jesus Christ, I love this one. This is such a good one, but surprisingly a long one. Ooh, unlike this one, which is kind of short. We're probably gonna do this and end off the episode and continue on the next episode with this. Not just because I'm farming or milking this series for a long time and definitely don't want to start the ending and stuff like that, but I kind of want to do more of these. They're really fun. Anyways, in Shome Suite, and you're about to play the Escapade entitled Episode 4 in Shome Suite. The Escapade includes spoilers about, oh, why am I reading this? I already read this before. And it's after the game, after the Mr. Natsumi's case. 9th March, 8:23 a.m. Shome Suite. We're back. Well, it's a month. Time skip. Holy shit. Good morning, Iris. Good morning, Mr. Sholmes. Oh, morning, Susie. I'll get breakfast on the table for us all. Mr. Sholmes? Morning. Come now. Why the long face? Oh, sorry. The thing is... Don't tell me you're... I had a rather strange envelope posted under my door this morning. Oh, it's a lavender. It's a lavender file too, so ooh, you might get served right now. With some rather strange things inside. What strange things? Oh, what was it, Runo? Did I catch a scent of a mystery in the air? Not so exciting, I'm afraid, Iris. It was just a 5 oranges pips. What? What's that? And I kind of want to know if he actually did take away his stipend. I feel like I'm pretty certain they found the book instead. I can't imagine what it could possibly. What? Orange pipes, Miss Naruto. The 5 of them, and 5 of them. What's the matter with you? What's the matter with you? That's a bit of an overreaction, isn't it? Probably is. An overreaction, Mr. Naruto. You don't understand. It was a warning. A notice of imminent danger to your life. What? To my life? Oh my god, I knew it. I knew it. Racism. I get it. They're attacking him because he's Japanese. I knew it. What's the meaning of this, Mr. Sholmes? I don't know. I didn't send it to you. My dear fellow, why do you make such an inquiry of me? Because the name of the sender was written on the envelope, and it was yours. Oh. You're right, Runo. It says sent by Sholmes, envoy of hell. Ah! So my little ploy has been exposed. Well, so be it. Cast your mind back, if you will, Mr. Naruto, to the time of our dining last night. Oh yes, okay. Oh yes? Mr. Susato cooked Japanese food for us. Indeed. In particular, you may recall the finer norimaki sushi roll that I was about to savor. And that is before you swooped in with your clacking chopsticks and flitched it from my nose. Under my nose. I assume because you left it that you didn't want it. If it's... Okay, Rinosuke. If it's on a person's plate, don't you dare touch it. Don't you dare touch someone else's food. If it's on their plate, don't touch it. If it's on a different plate, like for everyone to share, you can touch it. Don't you dare put or give food, don't you dare take someone's food or give them food. That's my pet peeve in real life. I hate it when people touch my plate, whether it be without permission, whether it be they're taking food from me. If they ask and they take something, I don't mind. But if they from their plate have food that they don't want and give it to me, I would be so pissed off. Because you should let me know ahead of time. And also, I don't like eating other people's food. Because I prefer my food. And whatever your food that you have must have been touching something that I don't like. That's how picky I am. But that's like, if the other food, like, if they're going to put something on my plate that's not from the pot or from the whatever tray they got it from, and they just took it from their side, if it's touching something that I don't like or was near something, I would be so disgusted. Like, seriously, it's like huge pet peeve for me. I don't know why. I just don't like it. And I know my parents know this about me too, and they still do it regardless. I'm like, I don't want your chicken or whatever. I left it, my dear fellow, because I had planned to enjoy it as my very last mouthful. Surely you must have noted my intent by the self-dilation of my right pupil. Why your right pupil? Why not both of them? Perhaps a clearer sign would be helpful next time. Just an idea. In summary, the post you received earlier is a notice of impending revenge. You should be quaking in your boots. Really? Because I went straight out into the garden and planted them. And I hope we may grow some exotic fruit. There's no point sending the notice in of impending revenge if the person you send it to doesn't know what it is. Well, I know, of course, because I've read this book. The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. On sale now in the major London bookshops and receiving rave reviews. Aw, wait. It's not just like a little paper pamphlet, it's actually a book? Holy shit! Congrats, Iris, for making that! Oh yes, of course, it's finally been published, hasn't it? I hear it's selling very well. It is 12 short stories in one volume, and I've earned the lifetime spending money already. Aw, that's cool, Iris! And it was a further boasted my name, and has further boasted my name. In fact, only the other day, the Bohemian King sought to engrave my services. Really? That's extraordinary! Of course, the gentleman persisted with some pretense about being a fishmonger for the duration. Huh, imagine he's like, I'm in disguise, but make sure you tell them I'm a fishmonger. And freaking Sholmes was like, don't worry, I will let them know that the Bohemian King was nowhere here. I won't even mention it. I mean, while he's telling us right now. But only a fool would presume to be able to deceive my eyes with such a charade. Didn't you think we were Russian? And we were about a terrorist at that? So how did you know that he was a king then? Why, there is no mystery. There is no mystery, my dear fellow. A distinct smell of fish accompanied the man's lowly apparel. And now he tried to hide it. The left side of his mustache quivered in a quite magnificent manner. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, that's simply brilliant. Aren't we talking about revenge and now we're talking about a king? Having nearly resolved the case for the man, I was sent a quantity of a fresh cod as a mark of his appreciation. I think perhaps you shouldn't discount the possibility that he actually was a fishmonger. Is that? Can anyone else smell burning? Oh yes, you're right. And look, smoke. I think maybe. Fire! Fire! There's a fire, everyone! Really? A fire? Wait, what the fuck? Why is there a fire? We must leave at once! Everyone! Out of the building! No, wait, I have to go back to my room first! Are you deranged? If you're not asphyxiated by the smoke, the flames will burn you to death! But my Daruma doll! I can't let my Daruma burn! It means too much. It's a Pokemon. It will survive, not Mirunosuke. It's red. It's a fire type. Don't worry. It will live. Drat, sorry, but I'm gonna make a dash for it upstairs. Oh, Runa, you're so funny. There's no time for jokes, Iris. Go quickly. Get out of here. But there's no fire. Wait, what? Is there, Hurley? Huh? What a delight to see an employee enacted in the flesh. I wouldn't have dared to dream. I should be so lucky. Mrs. Sato? Indeed. Indeed, it was a ploy. A deliverment engineered by the Turkish spirit. It was all a trick, but why? It is a simple experiment of the mind, Mr. Naruto, when his life is threatened. A fellow is impelled instinctively to protect that property to which he attaches matching importance. And after your own life, Runa, the most important thing seems to be your Daruma doll. Let's not dwell on that, shall we, Iris? So, you knew all along, Mrs. Sato, that it was a trick? Yes, of course. The very ploy is described in this book, The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. On sale now in the major London bookshops and receiving rave reviews. Not again. I have used that device quite satisfactory in the past to solve a case. Oh yes, it was a great success, wasn't it? But then it became something of a habit, didn't it? You started yelling fire at every crime scene. In the end, people started to pay no attention to you at all. Yes, that's true. There was a time when I was known as the Sholmes who cried wolf. I think there's a lesson to be learned in there somewhere. But sadly, my little ploy failed to yield results this time. Iris was utterly unmoved. What do you mean? What do you mean? Yeah, what do you mean by... Well, I was anticipating that Iris would immediately expose her secret hiding place. The location of the nest egg she must have cached somewhere in this room. Nest egg? You think Iris had some secret savings? Why, naturally, the book is selling like hotcakes. After all, it is a simple deduction indeed to conclude that the profits must be concealed here within these walls. Why not in a bank? Why do they not have banks back then? Oh, Mr. Sholmes, are you in need of money? Ah, I bet I know what it is. It's a new microscope that's gone on sale, isn't it, Hurley? What else? I have such a strong desire to own one, yet my purse is 1 pound too light. And as of no offer to a loan has been forthcoming, I have been forced to resort to an alternative stack to them. Why don't you ask the freaking Bohemian King that you help out with to give you money for that, Sorry, Hurley, but I'm not falling for that. Not coming from the Sholmes who cried wolf. Ah! How vexing! You really shouldn't be trying to steal a 10-year-old's savings, you know. My book is full of little tricks like that, you see. The armory of the great detective. Except that in this case, both the orange pips and the fake fire fell a little flat, didn't they? Oh, I have plenty more tricks up my sleeve. Take, for example, the case of the Boscombe Valley mystery. What the fuck is that? I'm already filled with the dread just from the title. Yeah, me too. I couldn't even say it. It is a tale of extraordinary skill on the part of the great detective. The skill of tracking. Tracking. When I arrived at the scene of the crime in the Eponymous Valley, Eponymous, I think I said it right, Valley, there were footprints everywhere. But my eye was immediately drawn to one set in particular. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, your detective instincts are truly remarkable. As you know, my dear madam, no detail, no matter how small, escapes the scrutiny of these eyes. So I tracked my quarry, following the trail of his footprints all the way to the man's place of residence. It led you directly to the culprit's house? What a triumphant! You misunderstand. It led me to my own house, my dear fellow. I did it! It was me this whole time! No, just kidding. Huh? Who the footprints were, in the final analysis, those made by my own shoes. Hurley had left here for Boscombe Valley as soon as he received a telegram about the case, you see. And then he followed his own trail straight back here to Baker Street. Huh. Now, Iris, please. You make it sound almost humdrum. But I assure you, it is not an easy feat. Tracking of this nature is a skill possessed but only by the great Herlock Sholmes. Following your own footprints, I guess. You're right, it really is extraordinary. Quite so. Extraordinary is a word. And let it be the last on the subject. Because you're too embarrassed to talk about it. Anyway, needless to say, I subsequently went on to solve the case with various other deductions. Yeah, it's the various other deductions that I'm interested in. Very well. Well, you shall have to read the book then. I'm sure Iris penned it with her usual flourish. Oh, absolutely. I've been an ingenious spin on the great detective's exploits. It must have been very ingenious to make this man sound every remotely credible as a detective. What's wrong, Iris? Wait, does it smell like something's burning again? We've had enough developments for one day, Mr. Sholmes. Put your puckish spirit so bad.
I assure you, there's nothing to do with me or my spirit. What?
Oh no, the smoke is getting thicker.
You mean it's not a trick this time? There really is a fire! Fire! There's a fire, everyone! Ah! Did she faint? Mrs. Hato, where are you going? Stand aside, Mr. Naruto!
Easy, Mr. Sholmes, what are you?
Smash! What the fuck happened? Mr. Sholmes!
And what the hell did I get? Did I get a notification? Oh, I did. I'm so sorry. I didn't know that was going to be so loud. I was like, what the hell did I get a thing when the glass broke? Why did he just chuck a purse of Napoleon on the floor? Oh! Look at the mix of the broken porcelain. Coins, souvenirs, in fact. Worth £1 each.
Come, everyone! We must leave at once! Evacuate the building!
You pulled this trick on him, didn't you? You fell for it, Hurley. Hook, line, and sinker.
Ah! Wait, you mean Iris?
I certainly wouldn't have guessed at this. That's where you've hidden it.
Do you mean to say that this smoke was...
Where does Sato go then? My own puckish spirit needs to come out and play sometimes too, you know.
Well, you are a kid. What? You are a kid, by the way. Ah, of course! I know what it is, Iris! It's the indoor herb garden set that went on sale last week, isn't it? That's what you're after.
I want one so desperately, but I'm £4 short. And even though you told me you didn't have any money to spare before, I knew you had a secret nest egg somewhere in this room.
Ah! You outwitted me again!
You really shouldn't have let yourself be outwitted by a 10-year-old child, you know, especially on your own trick. Come on. So thank you for the loan, Hurley. Oh, but wait. What's the matter? Well, yeah, Susato. Where's Susie? She disappeared. Oh, yes, that's right. She ran off up the stairs before, didn't she? She's like, oh, what are you still doing in here? We have to evacuate. It won't be long before the fire is... It is... Yeah, there's no fire. There's no fire. There is no fire. There is no fire. There's no fire. There is no fire. There's no fire. There is no fire. By the way, did you know there is no fire? Oh. Sorry, Susie. Children will get up to mischief once in a while, you know, but it's perfectly harmless. Harmless, maybe, but oh. So devious, he says, I mean. Oh shit, I got an order, but so heavy. Holy shit, maybe I should not do this. It might hurt my back, honestly. And good thing someone took it. By the way, I am doing work while I'm also recording, so sorry about that. Oh, well, at least nobody was hurt. Why did you went upstairs? What did you get? Apart from Napoleon and my secret hoard. Now, tell us, Mr. Sato, what is it that you went so fleet-footedly to fetch? Sorry? Oh, no, nothing. This is just, this is nothing. Susie, that's your notebook detailing Aruna's trials, isn't it? It's bulging at the seams. What? Ah, a testament of the various people you've helped over the past months. Mrs. Sato, well, I'm your judicial assistant after all. I would do anything to ensure the safety of these records, even risk my life, if necessary. I mean, it's very important to me. It's like a diary of everything we've achieved together. Aww! That's so sweet! I'm getting all teary-eyed now. Ryunosuke, how much you want to bet? She only went to get that because she knows you don't even use it or look at it. But she stores the money in there. I'm just saying. Yes, in the stark contracts to a certain someone who would have fetched his Daruma doll, I must say. But that's so adorable. That was so cute of her. Be like, oh, I just wanted it because it holds so much memories for me. I'm like, oh, that's so sweet. Meanwhile, he's like, my doll, no, and everything. But I think that's gonna be it for this episode. On the next episode, we're gonna continue on with these two, maybe 3 if we can reach it that far. If not, I'll save these 2 in the last episode as a bonus thing. Who knows? But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, take care. Goodbye. What does this button do?